Good morning, students. In the last lecture, we discussed fenestrations and discussed one aspect of fenestration, that is door. In this lecture today, we shall discuss window as the other aspect of the openings in the building. In the windows are also openings we find in our homes. So after discussing this window, at the end of the lesson, the students are supposed to be able to define window. They should be able to state the functional requirement of a window. The students are supposed to be able to classify window, the various types of windows. And the students, by diagram, should be able to draw the various types of window. Those are the objectives expected of the students to be able to achieve at the end of the lesson. Thank you. Having had the objective stated, we shall now go into defining what is called a window. A window, like we all see, is an openable part of the building that is secured to the wall, but not as long as the height of a door. If you look at the window doesn't start from the ground level. It is 2 to 3 feet high before the window starts. So these windows are there purposely to provide ventilation, lighting in the room. That is the essence of a window. You can also use the window for viewing the environment. That is another purpose of a window. So we see various types of windows, the different sizes, depending on the purpose it serves. So, having seen here the definitions of this window, it is also good for you to know the functional requirement of a window. For a window to function very well, there are some basic requirements that is there. One, for every window to serve its purpose, the windows must have what is called durability. One, what is durability? When they say some durability, it means the window should have the material and the construction process should be so strong enough that it's going to stay for a longer period of time before replacement. That is what is called durability. The window, again, another functional requirement is that the window should be able to resist sound. When somebody is working outside or when people are making noise outside, that the window should serve as a barrier, preventing the noise entering into the room or wherever you are. We also have another requirement, the thermal. We call that thermal because it controls the atmosphere. That the window should be able to resist thermal, that is heat. When we talk of heat, when it is cold, it should be able to control cold. When it is hot, the window should be able also to control the hotness of the room as it is required by the window. When it is hot in the room, that when you open the window should be able to provide a kind of ventilation for you. Also, another requirement is that the window should be able to provide what is called privacy. What is privacy? We are supposed, when you have your room, they say the room, wherever you are building, is meant to provide privacy. It means to enclose the building. So whatever you are doing inside your room, the window should be able to not expose you to public. When people are outside, they should not be able to see you. It is you that you are supposed to be seeing them, not them seeing you. So a good window should be able to provide privacy. In ordinary at home, you, your wife, your children, you want to have a meeting, you want to discuss issue. You want to maybe do whatever you want to do, whatever you are doing, meetings. So the window should be able to provide that privacy for you. So if you look at them, aesthetic of a thing is another functional requirement. What is aesthetic? When we talk about aesthetic, it means we want beauty around us. We have seen modern windows that beautify the buildings. different designs are coming today with different kind of material. So a window is supposed to provide what is called aesthetic. Should be able to beautify the part of your building. Those are some of the functional requirements of a window. So when you look at it in designing a window, you as a designer or the professional a builder like you should also look at those things to make sure that the windows meet up with this standard. Otherwise, it is not going to serve the function it is meant to serve. So we shall also having had the requirements now, we will now go further to look into the various types of windows as we are to mention now. So you will now see how related to what we have said now in the requirement and the definitions of window to the types of window we are going to mention. Now we are going to look at the different types of windows we have commonly in our building. You see, like I earlier said in type of doors, the basic component we have as part of windows is still the same, the shutter and the frame. We have the window sill itself too, but for the purpose of this lesson, we are going to look at how do we classify windows. Windows are classified in two different ways. The method it is open, that is the method of opening, and also the materials used for the construction. In real, we have different methods of opening and window. Windows are opened in different ways. There are ones that are openable, there are some that are not openable. The openable ones we want to talk about today are: one, we have the side hung. The side what? The side hung. What is a side hung? When you look at the common windows we have around in our home, you'll find the frame is there and they have a hinges where the window shutter it is hung. So this one, it is called the side hung. It is fixed in one side, the hinges now is fixed in one side, and it opens and closes the door inward. You cannot open it. It is either you open it outward or you open it inward. It depends on the way you fix it. That is hung. There is the top hung. In the top hung, it is just like what you are going to see now. In the top hung, when you look at it, you find it is hinged at the top of the frame. The frame here, a typical example of it is this. It is hinged here at the top here, that it can only close this way. And the hinge, you look at the hinges are always here. The hinges are here, a kind of one that you see it is closing. But this type of hung is that it closes in. You understand? You can only open it out. You can only open it out. That is the top hung. There's one called the bottom hung. The bottom hung in this case, you find that instead of fixing the hinges upward, is you find that we hinge the door at the bottom. At the bottom there, you find that when you open it, you will only open it inward. In this case now, it is just like an opposite of the top hinge. So it is opening inward. It is not opening outward. So when you have a look again, there are other type of window. If you see louvers, is another type of window. It opens in different way compared to what I have said about the bottom right, the side. In the louvers is an independent piece of glasses held by an lever arms together. In the louvers, its own is a different case. In the louvers one, it is hinged by both sides of the frame, not only one side, but it's controlled by a lift. When you press the lift downward, you see the whole louvers now align. But when you press it up, when you press it downward, it will open and it will show the opening. Ventilations will enter. But when you lift the lift upward, you find the whole windows, the louvers now will now close, and you find you are enclosed into the building. So the louvers is also another method of classifying a type of window, and they are commonly available in schools, in public buildings, even at homes. People like to see because it helps in beautifying the building. So that is another classification of a window. So as part of also a method of opening, you can find sliding windows, which are very, very common today. Windows they have a rail at the buttons of the slides, at the bottom of the frame, that they slide on each other. You open it this way, and you can open in this direction. When you open it at the center now, it creates ventilation on the two sides. When you open it to one side now, one leaf of it now brings ventilation. So that type of window, it is commonly available, and as you can see it here in the picture, you will see a common picture of a sliding window. They are commonly used, but mostly they use a glass material for the sliding window. So they are commonly available in our homes, even schools, our offices. Those are the common type of window we can find around. Having classified all these windows according to the method of opening, there is one I have mentioned before. I said there is one that is not openable. There are windows on top of the roof. There are windows on the high buildings where only lighting is required. They are fixed, they cannot be opened, but only for purpose of lighting. That is another one. So we shall now go to look at classifications based on material. Windows can be classified according to the material used for construction. And the types of window we can see around, we have seen one, we can find windows made from the metal. Those are common windows in our rural areas. And we find they use a sheet metal to construct a window. It is either hung, or it is other side hung, or top hung, or bottom hung, or whatever method they use. But the material used for the construction is a metal material sheet. So the sheet now is hung there. They can use it to open, to get that ventilation and get lighting. However, in the metal, there are still some metal one that is, you see them in form of panels or in form of casement. They will make it one, the bottom there would be in form of metal sheet, but at the top they try to create a glass so that it can lighten the room. However, this one are very common type of windows we have in our environment. Until the recent times, we have the new common, the ones we are commonly using today. In modern buildings, nobody use metal windows. We mostly use what is called the glass window. Mostly, and they are called casement. Most of them, what is casement window? Used from a glass. This is a type of a glass window, where you see that the frame there you use aluminium, and the window itself, the shutter, you see they use a panels of glasses. Sometimes you see we find 4, 2, or what other kind of size numbers of panels you are going to use. You will now use this to put them in a different. You will find them fixing at the center there. We have the mullion is there. We have the rails are there, like what we used to see in those, but they have to separate the windows with a different kind of fashion, and that is what is called the casement. Those are the common ones we have. We also have casement. When we talk of casement, we have casements in wood, but for the purpose of glass, we have, these are the common type of the glassy one we have. Completely, there are type of glass type that you don't see them in form of casement. They only the entire window shutter, it is in the form of glass. No any molding that is introduced. No, it is only the frame that is introduced, fixed to the window, and you find they will not just fix the glasses, and it is completely a glass material. The other ones we have, like I have said, we have the wooden windows. The wooden windows are the old method of window. But today, with what we have seen around, we don't have much wooden windows. What we have, it is called the glass and also the metal sheet window. But the wooden one, we have seen where they use wood to construct a louver window. They use the wood to have independent wooden panels that are fixed together, are connected together, and they open using a lever arm too. But those are commonly used. They can also have a different kind of wooden windows where you use in form of casement too. They use casement, but they designed their window in form of casement. But it is not a glass, it is purely a wood type. There are different designs you can find in a wooden windows around. So, for the purpose of this lecture, you are supposed to see the different type of material and the ways windows are fixed, how they are opened. In case of your design, you cannot select what is the purpose of the windows you want to do and what kind of designs you are expected to see. That will guide you in selecting the best type of window to be used for your construction. As a student of building technology, you one day find yourself on the site, or your client will call you to come and please help me to design what type of windows can I fix better in this building. And the architect can also prescribe you can help the architect in suggesting the best type of window who can be better used in our construction. Having learned all this, it is good for us to show by diagram. We will make a sketch of more various type of windows. In this clip, like you have heard in the last clip, that we are coming to do a sketch, show by sketch, the various type of windows. In this type of windows here, I said from the beginning that window can be classified in two ways: by method of opening or by method of the material used for producing the windows. The common thing that whatever material is used for the construction of this window, they all form under this type of window. This is a method of opening. Most of the times you see windows. Like I said, when I was mentioning those methods, I said the side hung window. What is side hung window? Side hung window, like you can see here, it is in two ways. It's possible the hung may not be so centralized. The hanging edge may be here and be here. What happens is that it opens out. But it is also possible you see a side hung, the hanging edge is at the center here. So the only thing is that you are opening this way and it is hung here at the center here. This is what is called a typical side hung. So the next one is what? The top hung. The top hung is here you find that the hanging edge is at the top of the window. It's at the top of the window. It is possible that this hanging edge here are located somewhere else here. It's possible you can locate them here or the other side here. Let's have a look of the typical top hung window. Here, you have seen here it is hung here and it's always pushed side here. It can be at the center here, it is pushed outside here. It can be by the side here. This is a typical top hung. The next one we have is the button hung window. The button hung window, instead of opening it outside, you will try to open it inside. Here is called the button. It is here that you will now push in, not outside. This one here, the top end is always pushed outside. It's out, this one is in. This is exactly another method of opening a window. This one opens out, this one opens in. If you look at here, this one is horizontal pivoted. The horizontal pivoted here, it can open up or down. It's at the center here. The hanging point is at the center here. You can open it up or you can open it down. But this one, open it down. This one here, it is either up or down. That is why it is horizontally pivoted. The pivot at this point here, you are seeing it here. The next one, it is double sliding. This is the commonest one we see around us. The double sliding here, that this is a window you have seen here. This window here, it has 2 leaves. We call it double. Sometimes we have 3. We have 4 type of sliding. But this one is the common double sliding one. Now here, you can decide to push this leaf here down to this side. And the other one, this one here, you can decide to put it here. So you can decide to push it here. They all slide on a roll here. So this is a typical double sliding window. So all this one here, you can use either glass, you can use either wood material, you can use metal material to hold those material in this form. All those are the typical types of windows we have. But this is the method of opening. And the material I have said, the common materials we have the glass, we have the wood, we have the metal. Those are the common ones we have here. Aluminium are also there. At this side here, we only need frame. You need frame where to fix them. So these are the common types of windows I have mentioned. You are going to see the questions that guide you in answering the question. Having learned about window as a fenestration, at the end of this lesson, the student should be able to answer the following questions. 1. What are the functional requirements of a window? 2. Students should be able to list out different types of window according to their openings. 3. The student should be able to draw a simple diagram of various types of window. After answering these questions, the student is expected to send his answer through the email. That is muazzin@gmail.com. I repeat, muazzin@gmail.com. Now we have learned various aspects of windows. We have defined windows. We have seen the functional requirement of windows. We have also seen reasons why we need windows in our building. And we have also looked at what are the various types of windows. How do we classify windows? Like I rightly said in my lecture, you will see that windows are there to provide access ventilations. Windows are there to provide lighting. The windows are there also for viewing of the environment. So those are the major extents of windows. It is also good to note what are the functional requirements. Like I have said, 1. Durability, thermal insulation. You should also be able to provide sound insulation. You should also be able to provide privacy and aesthetic. More so that we have to talk about fire resistant. So if you look at it, you'll find that after you consider all this, that can guide you in designing a window. Also, we have looked at various types of windows based on opening. I said 1, there are windows that are not openable. Those ones are fixed either at the roof, at the top of the building, for a purpose of lighting, not for ventilation, because they don't open them. There are other windows that are fixed. They are hung in different forms. That is, by method of opening, we have the side hung, we have the top hung, we have the bottom hung, and we have the louvers. We also have the sliding ones. All those things are type of windows according to how they are opened. We also look at windows according to method or materials used for construction. We have 1, the wooden windows, we have the metal windows, and we have the glass windows, which are commonly found in our environment. At the end, 2, we are able to draw some picture. We are able to have a diagram of different type of windows according to where they open, according to where they are constructed based on the material. At this juncture, as the student, after reading through this work, you should be able to answer these questions I've mentioned and send it through my mail for assessment. Thank you.